All right, hello YouTube. This is me, Lucas, and this is my channel. I am going to be speaking on a lot of different topics on this channel. I'll be speaking in English. I'm actually Danish. I'm half Danish, half French, and I live in Denmark. I'm gonna speak on topics of consciousness. I'm gonna speak on topics of AI. I'm gonna speak on spirituality. I don't want to use the word spirituality too much because I think it's a bit fluffy, honestly. But I guess that's where we're going. And then I'm gonna be speaking on personal reflections and my own journey. I am creating my own brand, as you see here. The Sovereign Flame shop is basically what is handling that. I guess the brand is called the Sovereign Flame. The Sovereign Flame is the flame you have within. It's your what some will call the nost, like an inner knowing, the knowingness you have before language, you have before thought, you have before anything. It's like the first thing that you really are. And then we are gonna be talking about. Also, I have a Substack, so we're gonna be talking about some of the topics I have on my Substack. And then we will also maybe be reflecting a bit on self love. Definitely reflecting on self love. I myself is just moving into the concept of self love. I think self love, that sounds really profound. It sounds really easy, but actually you would be kind of surprised that it's not the norm whatsoever. It's like it's basically the final step of human incarnation is getting to know yourself through self love. I was actually reading this book right here by Teal Swan called How to Love Yourself, and I went into this book thinking that I love myself. I did not love myself apparently, because she has a very very dark past, and I'm not gonna go into details, but it's definitely some rough stuff she's been through. She can speak about it herself. So I was surprised that okay, wow, people are going through that difficult stuff. Then the stuff that I haven't been through can't be that difficult. And it's like it sounded very difficult, like her experience. And then I thought like, okay, I haven't been through anything like that. I thought, right, and I can't, I love myself. I like myself, you know. But then I think like 70 pages in, she tells you to like try to tell yourself that you love yourself, or that you deserve unconditional love. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do that. That's a piece of cake, right? And I was lying there in my bed, and then I realized, just trying to say it, that I didn't think that I deserved um, unconditional love. And it was like a dam that broke, and just started crying. Like it was this wound. There was this wound that opened and got released, and like light started pouring into it. Um, and then I started crying. I started crying very very intensely, and I realized, wow, I did not love myself. I don't know if I hated myself. I guess I had a lot of self doubt. I had a lot of a big wound, right? So yeah, that's the final step. That's the master key. That is the self love, and it's something that when you start to move into it, you get a little bit hints here and there of like what it's about. Basically, it's a realization that that everything is you, everything is your energy, and it's a realization that if you want to manifest the best possible world for yourself, you gotta love yourself, and you gotta start knowing yourself. That's where you start, right? You start knowing yourself, you start expanding yourself, and then you take it from there. So I guess that's gonna be like the focal. I don't know if it's gonna be the focal point, but it's definitely gonna be like where we're aiming for on this channel is the self love. And I'm not gonna have any illusions about this being easy, or that the concepts or reflections or stuff that I have to bring up will be like an easy pill to swallow in any way. Like I want to go for the throat. I want to be speaking. Um, I want to be speaking the truth here. I don't want to. I don't want to pack it in. Nothing like that. I don't want to misinform you guys, anything like that. So we're gonna take the direct a path we can to self-love. So that's me right now. I'm using these glasses because I well, I look like this in real life, right? There's nothing to hide. I have nothing to hide, but I just think it's a bit comfortable to have the sunglasses on sometimes. Usually I also shave my beard. Right now we have the beard on. It's kind of nice, kind of nice. You can see here I'm also listening to heavy metal. I listen to all kinds of music. It's not only heavy metal, but definitely also heavy metal. I have a heavy metal band. And as you can see, I have my guitar right here. I can show you another time. Here in my setup, I have built, I think, a good starting point for myself to start doing YouTube. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna see where that takes me. And I think it's quite fun because I've been writing, I've been reading, I've been gathering information, and now I think it's my time to share some of the stuff that I have to share. And to start out with, I was like, I just want to write, but at the same time, I also just want to have information. I want to just give people information, and I want to see how it changes others. I don't really care too much about like the process of changing others. What I really like is just the environment that it brings me actually. So I remember at some point, like I was a really dedicated activist, and what I would do was that I would do these huge posts on Instagram, on Facebook, and if I haven't done that, and I came to people and described like a certain concept or a certain idea, then if they haven't read my post or understood anything, then I would say something very provocative, and they would uh, they would uh, they would be quick, and they would flinch very early, and maybe deny whatever I would say really early, right? But if they have read my post first, then they would come to me like, "Oh yeah, I read your post. You don't have to explain that," and I would be like, "Phew, good," because that would take ages to explain, and it's difficult, and there are sources and all this shit. So that's what I like about this for myself. Actually, it's just when I get to explain to people, then it's easier for me to live in this world because people will start to understand the concepts that I'm dealing with myself. So next time I come to an event or something like that, and maybe people have seen what I'm saying, then it's easier to have a dialogue on common ground. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring spirituality, or I guess consciousness, um, into a dialogue that's maybe more accessible. And I might as well use video. I like video. I think video is here to stay. Reels, whatever, Instagram, Facebook. Writing is not gonna reach as many people, right? So that's it for me. Thank you, YouTube. See you.